Hey, Lisa, you got a little time?
Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry. I'm actually at work now. Not really supposed to be using my phone. I'll send you a line later on during my break.
Oh, yeah? Even if it's about your husband, George?
Huh? George? What's George got to do with you?
If you don't hear me out now, you may regret it later on.
What are you talking about?
I'll be straight with you, Lisa. George and I are getting married. There, I said it.
Wait, what? What are you even saying? Is this a joke? George is my husband. He can't marry you. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but once you divorce him, it starts to make perfect sense.
It's not as simple as that. Just hold on a second. I'm going to take the afternoon off and confirm this with George.
Oh, yeah? Can you even confirm it?
Yeah, he's at home today, working remotely. Once I get home, we'll clear the whole thing up. It's all a big mistake. Or some sort of prank you're pulling.
Yeah, but maybe it would be better for you if you didn't do that.
Why do you say that?
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm at your place. Or should I say bed now with George. Not sure you want to witness that.
Excuse me?
Kinda naughty, don't you think? Making love with my younger sister's husband in their own bed. I can't get enough of it. This guilty pleasure. It's intoxicating.
I just got a line message from George. So, it's all true, huh? This is not a joke.
Just as I said, right? He even said I'm way more attractive than you. True that. He says he prefers older women. Who would have thought, huh? So it's decided. George is mine. End of story. That means you have no reason to come home. You're not wanted here.
What about you? As I recall, you're married too.
That's all taken care of. I was worried I wouldn't be able to pay him off, but good old George saved the day and settled that no problem. The divorce went through without issues just this morning. Good riddance to that guy.
George paid it off. Huh. I'm surprised.
When you got money, you got money. George is loaded.
Do as you like, Mary. Hope you don't have any regrets.
Oh yeah? I'm surprised you gave up so easily. I was expecting a bigger fight. I'll send the divorce papers over to Mom and Dad's place. Sign it and submit it at City Hall as soon as you can. You got that? Hey Lisa, what's up? Has it already been 6 months? Time flies.
Is that you, sis? What the hell do you want? You got a real nerve contacting me after what you pulled.
Yeah, I knew you would be this way. I kinda understand how you feel, actually. I was just texting you to tell you something very important.
Is this about you guys finally getting married?
You already heard? You must be clairvoyant.
Kinda obvious. Why else would you contact me? Just want to rub it in my face. I saw it coming a mile away.
Aw, shucks. I was going to gloat all about how happy I am. Hear you squirm. This is no fun.
Everything you say is no fun. I have no interest in what you have to say.
I always hated your smugness. Really pisses me off to this day. No wonder George picked me over you.
Like you said, he prefers older, more wise and experienced women.
What's that supposed to mean? You saying I'm an old lady? All said and done, that just sounds like loser talk. Just oozing with envy.
Think what you like, Mary. I'm over it.
Oh yeah? Well, if you hear what I have to say now, those feelings will come bubbling up again. I'm sure of it.
What now?
We're headed to Europe for our honeymoon.
To Europe? Seriously?
Yup, we're hitting the top spots. London, Paris, and Milan. I always wanted to see Italy. Can't wait. And here's the icing on the cake. We're having a little intimate wedding in Paris. Can't you believe it? George plans on spending upwards of 30,000 bucks on the whole thing. I feel like a celeb.
You're not serious. Where'd he get that kind of money?
He's got money. That's another reason I married him.
This is way beyond belief.
I knew I would see those envy bubbles come burbling up.
It's not really envy, more like astonishment.
Astonished, envy, jealousy. It's all the same to you. You were always so mundane. Boring little relative-only wedding at a local church. You had like 2 of your best friends from high school attend, and that was it. What a total joke. You guys didn't even go on a honeymoon, did you? What a huge difference. Never thought such a disparity would show up now. The way he loves and cares for me. It's like night and day.
Well, that was then. You can take it however you like. But I can tell you this. You shouldn't be so extravagant. It might come back and bite you in the you-know-what.
Huh? Extravagant? What are you talking about? That word does not exist in George's vocabulary.
I mean, think of the debt he accumulated. The compensation to me, not to mention to your ex-husband. Not really nickels and dimes. The total amounts to over $100,000, right? And George paid this himself? He paid all that and now another $30,000 for a honeymoon and wedding in Paris? It just doesn't add up. I was aware of his financial situation. He was left broke after we divorced. You can understand my alarm.
There you go again. The green-eyed monster rears its ugly head. I thought you weren't jealous.
I'm just warning you. Seems a little self-destructive is all. Just saying.
Like I said before, George is loaded. He has no money worries. I thought you knew all about this. He was your husband after all.
No, I never knew he had so much money, to be honest.
What's $100,000, much less $30,000? That's just chump change to him. I wish you would just admit defeat and froth at the mouth with envy. That would make my day.
Okay, I tried warning you. If you're so set on having the upper hand, have it your way.
Yeah, I do have the upper hand. You giving up so easily kinda makes me feel sorry for you.
Think what you like. Like I said, I warned you out of concern, not envy. Just so you're aware. I've already cut all ties with you. I don't think of you as my family after what you pulled. So I really don't care what happens to you. Don't come crying to me later.
I'm fine with that. That means you will no longer have any feelings for my George. That's exactly what I wanted. Hey Lisa, you there? Guess where we are? Yup, that's right. We're in Paris. We just exchanged vows in a beautiful cathedral. It's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you were gone. So, what do you want?
Bet you're pretty envious right about now.
No, not really. Actually, I'm feeling empathy and a touch of pity towards what's coming.
Are you still harping on about that? I told you George is swimming in cash. We have no worries ahead. Full steam ahead, I say. I'm even confident in saying we're set for life. I mean, how else could he plop $30,000 down just like that? You tell me.
Set for life? Really? Without any income? That makes no sense.
Pardon me? What do you mean, no income?
You're saying he never told you? George has been unemployed for quite some time now.
Wait, what? Unemployed?
Yeah, that's right. Jobless, out of a job, without gainful employment. Even if he did gain unemployment after divorcing me, I'm pretty sure his bank account is at zero after all the compensation he paid. There's no way he could get his hands on $30,000 just like that.
Wait, back up a bit. What's this about him being jobless? What's going on here?
Are you serious? He never told you?
What the hell are you talking about? Tell me for God's sakes.
He got fired from his job after they found out he was having an affair with you.
Pardon me? You can't be serious. You can't get fired for infidelity. That's unfair dismissal. They deserve to get sued for this.
Come on, Mary. You don't seem to understand. You said it yourself.
Me? What did I say?
George was at home doing remote work. When you guys were making love, right? Working remote means he's on company business hours. Having an affair with a married woman on company time? Sounds like a good reason for dismissal to me.
Yeah, but...
The company has ways to check whether an employee is working or not. With widespread use of remote work recently, it's kind of hard to be inactive without them knowing. And it wasn't just a one-time thing either. It evidently affected his work performance. They had all the evidence, so he got fired. I warned you about this. And I don't really think he got any kind of surveillance package or meaningful retirement bonus. But I'm really curious about that $30,000 for this honeymoon you're on. How did he manage that?
So does that mean he wasn't working at home, doing remote work all this time?
Yeah, like I said, no gainful employment. Yeah, pretty sure.
No, this is some kind of sick joke.
What I can't understand is why you even thought he was rich. He's just a normal office worker, not some elite businessman.
Huh? Just an office worker?
Of course the company he worked for was a major corporation, and his pay was a bit more than average, but basically he was just a salaried worker. So when you said he plopped down $30,000 just like that, I was like, what? No way he could afford that.
Hold on a sec. You say he's a salaried worker? I heard he was an executive, that he was making a six-figure salary.
Pardon me?
I saw his name on the company's homepage.
Oh, that? I think you mistook him for someone else.
What are you talking about mistook him for someone else?
Yeah, the vice president has the same last name as George. That's probably who you saw.
You're lying.
I mean, come on, Mary. Think about it. George isn't even 30 yet. How could he be an executive at a major corporation? It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't even a star employee or a top salesman or anything. Just your run-of-the-mill pen pusher. Didn't you even think it was odd?
This is not happening. Then why did I even steal him away from you? For what purpose? What am I going to do now? I've been totally conned. I don't want him anymore. You can have him back, Lisa.
No thanks. I better get back to work.
Wait a sec. You can't leave me hanging.
Goodbye. Have fun in Paris. I later heard that the honeymoon ended right then and there. They cut it short and came back stateside, but they weren't able to get a refund for that extravagant trip. I was later informed that George told my sister that he had gotten fired. As you can imagine, Mary and George got into a fierce argument, her accusing him of tricking her into marrying him. They eventually ended up filing for divorce. That $30,000, you ask? George borrowed that money from his sister. He convinced her that he wanted to take his new wife on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. His sister apparently signed some loan application as the grantor for some disreputable moneylender without properly reading the agreement. Last I heard, he was saddled with 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to pay off his debts. I just can't understand people. Why can't they manage their money properly? Don't they see the consequences? Anyway, As long as they don't interfere with my life going forward, I'm fine with that.
Hey, Karen. Your shirt on Lex. Would you mind not ogling my husband?
Huh? Excuse me? I never oogled your husband. Besides, I've never even met your husband. Your parents said that I'm just a simple maid, not part of the family. I wasn't even able to meet your parents and wasn't invited to the wedding.
I'm coming home with my husband Paul today.
Excuse me? Today?
Yeah. You have a problem with that?
No problem. It just seemed so sudden.
Says he wants to take souvenirs that he brought home from his business trip. Before it expires or something. He's adamant about seeing my parents' place. He just won't shut up about it. So I was kind of forced into it. So, what I'm saying is, don't use your googly eyes to gape at my husband when he arrives. Just wanted to warn you beforehand is all.
Now why would I do that? I'm your older brother's wife, for Pete's sake. I don't want to act disloyal to my husband. I'm not that kind of person.
Well, I hope you keep it that way. And make sure you have the house spotless before we arrive. You're our personal maid. I expect this place to be immaculate.
All right, I'll do the best I can.
We'll be arriving in about 20 minutes.
Wait, 20 minutes?
Hey, Paul. I wish you had spent more time at my place. It was the first time visiting after all.
Yeah, it's just that I remembered I had an urgent matter to take care of.
Oh, really?
You haven't been back in a while, Megan. Relax, spend a bit of time with your folks.
Yeah, I plan on it. Going to stay overnight. You know what? I saw you talking to our maid while she was cleaning the bathroom. What was that about?
Yeah, just said hello. She's not a maid, she's your brother's wife, isn't she? She's a relative and I figured I should say hello and introduce myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that's what it was about.
Kinda seems weird to call your sister-in-law, your older brother's wife, a maid. What's going on?
Yeah, that woman? She has no relatives.
Wait, you mean she has no family? Her parents are passed?
That's right. Not sure if they passed, but what I do know is that she was brought up in an orphanage and only has a high school education. And she's no beauty, as you saw for yourself. How could a woman like that have a normal married life, right? My brother thought she would be the perfect maid for our home and agreed to marry her. She should be thankful.
Are you telling me that she works for free as a maid?
Absolutely. That's what she is. A cleaning lady. She's my brother's wife, but she's unattractive. So, being a maid is just what the doctor ordered.
Man, that is one weird situation.
My brother and mom are both in agreement. They actually like the whole arrangement. So, no problem. Secretly, I think she enjoys it.
I see. That means we better get divorced.
Wait, a what? Say that again?
Megan, I'm disappointed in you. I didn't realize you were such an awful person.
Wait a sec. Paul, what are you saying?
I better get going. We'll talk later.
Paul, wait! What the hell are you talking about?
Is this Paul? This is Karen. You slipped me the note while at the house today? You remember? Is this line correct?
Yeah, Paul here, no problem. Sorry to surprise you like that this afternoon. Probably didn't know what was going on. You already left the house, right?
Yes, I grabbed what I could as you said in the note. I came to the business hotel that you reserved for me. I'm sitting in the room right now.
Seriously? What a relief. I'm glad I made up some reason to get into the house. I never thought you'd relent.
Oh yeah. You never visited this house before. During the wedding, they said the house was under renovation or something, as I recall.
Yeah, that's right.
But I must say, I was super surprised to see you. I never thought that you were the younger brother of my friend Elizabeth. She mentioned you a couple times in passing, but I didn't put two and two together. I had no idea that you married into this family. I wasn't invited to the wedding, and they never shared any photos, so how could I know, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Very unusual circumstances for sure. I only learned about it recently myself. I was just talking to my sister one day and things just didn't seem right. I made some inquiries. I had my suspicions, but I wasn't sure, so I made up some story and got her to invite me to the house. And there you were.
Elizabeth must have been really worried about me. Thank her when you see her?
I'm sure you can thank her yourself soon enough. She was very worried about you for the longest time. 3 months after you got married, you simply disappeared. My sister was worried sick about you. How long has it been since you disappeared? Wasn't it like 3 years? No, it must have been more like 4.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it has been 4 long years. One morning, my husband said we were moving into his parents' place. It was all so sudden. He sort of manipulated me into moving into the family home and made me work as a maid.
Did they make you change your phone number?
Yes, as soon as we moved into the house. They made me change the number. On top of that, I was only able to access his family members. They monitored me day and night. I worked as a maid and cooked 24/7. I thought of escaping, but I had no close relatives I could rely on. All the money that I saved over the years, that was all confiscated with not a penny in my name. I wasn't able to do much less escape.
I see. It really must have been hard on you.
Oh, and that $300 you left with me? I'll make sure to pay you back. On my way over to the hotel, I did a bit of shopping. I'll pay every penny back. And the cost for the hotel, I'll pay that all back.
Regarding the cost, talk to Elizabeth when you reunite with her. Actually, it was all her idea. She put up all the money.
She did that for me?
She said she'll stop in at the hotel when you check out in the morning. You'll finally get reunited. Relax and get some rest tonight. Order some room service. You deserve it. The hotel is downtown. A good 2 hours from your husband's home. I doubt they'll find you there.
Yeah, right. They figure I have no money. They would never expect me to get so far. They are probably searching the neighborhood right about now.
We'll do all we can to help if you plan on getting a divorce. Please consider this your golden opportunity. If there is anything you need, we're at your disposal.
I can't thank you enough.
Just gain your freedom. We're rooting for you, Karen.
Thanks so much, Paul. You're like a knight in shining armor.
Karen, are you there? What the hell did you tell my husband? And where the hell did you disappear to? Get your ass back here and prepare some breakfast, for God's sake! You left the house last night and haven't returned. Where the hell did you go? What's the matter with you? You really got nerve disobeying us.
Good morning, Megan. I've decided to divorce your brother.
Pardon me?
I don't want you to get the wrong idea later on, so I'm going to explain it all here. Your husband, Paul, he happens to be the younger brother of my best friend. We grew up together in that institution.
Wait, what did you just say? You mean Elizabeth? Paul's sister is your best friend?
That's right. We first met in junior high and became best of friends. after we both started our respective careers, we were no longer able to see much of each other, but we've contacted each other online from time to time. However, 4 years ago, after I was forced to move into your parents' place, I lost all contact with her. And then yesterday, your husband, Paul, approached me while I was cleaning the bathroom and whispered that he was Elizabeth's younger brother, that he came to verify the rumors that I was in prison there. He and Elizabeth made plans for the escape.
What are you talking about? I thought you said you had no relatives and had nobody to count on for help.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But in the end, I was wrong. This may sound kind of strange, but thanks for bringing Paul into the house. I would have never escaped without his help.
What the hell are you talking about? That was not my intention. What's more, this whole thing is about to ruin my marriage.
I better get going. Elizabeth is picking me up soon. Goodbye, Megan.
What? Hold it a second! I'm not finished with you just yet! Karen, pick up! I'll tell my brother to treat you better, so... Come on, talk to me! And tell Paul to reconsider this divorce nonsense. Karen, where the hell did you go? Nobody's doing the cleaning and cooking after you divorced my brother. This place is a pigsty. My brother quit his job too. News about the divorce apparently reached the workplace. He couldn't stand all the gossip. Mom and Dad, even my brother, they are all breathing down my neck because of you. They'd say it's my fault that you left. Paul divorced me, so I was tasked to do all the house cleaning. Please get back here. Marry my brother again, and get back to being the good man you were. Please. Even our neighbors are gawking at us like we're crooks. I can't take this any longer. Please, Karen. At least respond to my messages.
Good evening, Karen. I heard you rented an apartment near my sister's place.
Hey, Paul. Good evening. That's right. Small, but it's pretty nice. My divorce finally went through. Like you, your sister introduced me to a job at her company, and I just started working there a few days ago. It's been 4 long years, so I have to get used to it, but I think I can handle it. No problem.
That's great to hear, but just don't overdo it. There's plenty of time. If you need any help, make sure you give me or my sister a call. We'll help in any way we can.
Thanks, Paul. I really appreciate it. Well, for starters,
Yeah, sure. What is it?
it's Liz's birthday next month, right? I thought we could celebrate with just the 3 of us. Do you happen to know a restaurant nearby we could go to?
Sure thing. I know a couple of nice places around here. Give me the details later, like your budget, date and time, and so forth.
Okay, I'll do that.
If there's anything else, don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, I'll do that. Hey, Paul,
Is there something else?
I really appreciate what you did for me. Thanks so much. After my great escape, I was finally able to get a divorce. During the divorce proceedings, we learned that the money I had saved, which was later confiscated by my husband's parents, was actually used to fund Megan's wedding. Fortunately, thanks to the lawyer Liz got me, I was able to get all that back, every last penny. But what's more, I was able to extract a considerable amount for damages. Emotional distress for those dreadful 4 years I was forced to work as a maid. I kept a considerable amount of evidence during my confinement, such as recordings and even some video of the abuse. The neighbors also witnessed numerous occasions of abuse and was willing to testify on my behalf. The total amount for damages exceeded $60,000. I demanded a one-time payment, and I got it. As a result, they were forced to sell their house and all the assets they possessed. Last I heard, they were all living in a small apartment near the railroad tracks. But even there, they continued to disturb their neighbors with their constant bickering and fighting. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they are evicted.